everyone, and welcome back to the Podcast of Stuff, episode 133. Complete with no spelling errors anymore, and sans some comp bros, because everything is falling apart in Detroit, apparently.
I mean, it's Detroit.
So yeah, I thought it was, like, more, like, legitimately weather-based. No, just the fucking power line, like, blew up behind their house.
Not even blew up. No, it fell down. Like, the entire pole fell.
Yeah, and then, like, exploded in sparks and caused a fire, apparently.
Yeah. It was a junction, I think, from what I was seeing from BG was posting. Looks like the junction caught fire, and now it's just, they have to rebuild the whole junction.
Yeah, so they don't have power until tomorrow. So we have Amber on to replace them.
And what a replacement.
Yes. I was going to ask, because, like, when I originally thought it was just, like, weather, I was going to ask you, like, what the fuck is going on in Michigan?
Oh, no. It's just, no, it is. No, it is. It is. Weather in Michigan is a fucking dumpster fire.
I fell 3 times on Saturday on the ice. And, like, both my knees are bruised.
Michigan is closed. The
It's
entire
great.
state.
It's not as bad as 2 weeks ago when I had the whole week off, because it just kept snowing and snowing and snowing.
And the average temperature for the entire week was negative 30.
It's
Was it, I can't remember my frickin' times anymore, but I know in Ohio, either last week or the week before, like, it was whenever we had, like, the super cold temperatures. Was that 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, that was 2 weeks ago.
Okay. Yeah, just where, like, it was cold, but, like, no precipitation, no snow or anything. And then just on Friday, we got 6 inches over the span of, like, 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I just, like, opened my garage to leave for work, and I was like, oh.
oh no.
I started driving to work. We turned onto, like, the main road that goes to the highway. My roommate was in front of me, and when me, him, and the 2 other cars next to me all fishtailed turning onto the street, I was like, fuck this, I'm going home. I turned around, because I looked at Google Maps, and it was just like, oh, an hour and a half to get into work. Yeah, I have the ability to work from home, so I am working from home.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's bad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then just, again, Mother Nature's been bipolar this week.
Oh!
It was 50 degrees, going on 60 yesterday.
Yeah, it
like in the
was.
20s today.
As we're talking about weather, I just get an emergency alert sent to my phone, blaring that there will be a heavy snowstorm coming with sporadic whiteouts, blizzard conditions, and intense cold. Travel is not advised. This was pushed to my phone. I didn't look this up.
Yeah, we're still under a flood warning.
Well, there's 15 meetings tomorrow.
Oh.
Kill me!
So yeah. Yeah, we're actually trying out a bunch of new shit. I fixed the moving background, so you shouldn't be able to see any, like, besides coming from the intro, which I have, like, one thing to fix, I noticed. But yeah, moving background should be smooth now. much
I mean,
smoother.
it's looking better. I'm watching it. It looks like it's doing pretty well.
Yeah. And then we are also trying out Discord instead of TeamSpeak for, like, us all talking and shit. So
Yeah, I'm not delayed anymore.
We'll see how this goes.
So far, it's working lovely.
So far, it's working good, but we know technology likes to fuck us. Or me specifically. And I'm still using this mixer, which it seems to be working. It worked last podcast, it's still working this podcast, so. So, I have 100%ed Kingdom Hearts.
Jesus.
Wait, you platinumed it already?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you're one of 3 friends who have done it. Okay.
And, yeah.
Spoiler warning, Drew still can't play it.
Oh no, Drew!
His game won't play.
No.
I told him to get a refund and buy a physical copy. I don't know if you've done it yet, Drew, but if you haven't, get on it!
Yeah, please.
Terrible.
We need to have our discussion, just because... Okay, actually, I didn't even talk about this. I don't think... I forget who I mentioned. I said this in the Facebook thing, but last podcast, DA, for those that recall, basically was saying, as soon as you finish it, Mike, text me. I finished it 11 going towards midnight. I texted him. The dude called me. I have never spoken to that man on the phone before. In the has it been a decade? I feel like it's been a decade.
Over a decade.
Over a decade that I've known this man. Never. I'm pretty sure I've never talked to him on the phone before. At least for like a meaningful conversation besides like, where are you? You know, like finding out where they are. We had like a half hour to an hour conversation talking the ending of KH3. Like, just, he needed to vent. He needed to vent so hard.
I am still getting yelled at for not having finished this game by my friend Becca, my brother, and now Brett, who's finished the game in his... He wanted to talk... I was home for his work, for both of our birthdays.
Good man.
Yeah, good man. I was home for both of our birthdays. Brett and I have a birthday that's a week apart, so I was down there visiting in New York City, and he just sat there for like most of the time, just being like, I can't fucking talk to you. I can't fucking talk to you. You fucking suck. Why did you sleep? I told you to finish the game before you get down here.
But yeah, like, obviously there's a lot of stuff that I want to talk about, but I think we're saving it for our, like, Ruby Cast-esque episode where we just talk Kingdom Hearts.
Full-on Kingdom Hearts,
like, everything. One through the other 10 games to 3.
Yeah. I mean... Yeah, it's gonna be a thing.
Yeah. So, there's a lot of new shit. A lot.
You sure?
Yeah, I have a long-ass list. A good chunk of it is the Nintendo Direct, but there's other stuff that happened that we can talk about. I'm just going to blaze through the Direct that happened literally like 3 hours ago.
Not even.
So, I'm just going to go through bigger headlines. There's other stuff that got announced, but it was like indie and smaller titles. Mario Maker 2 coming June 2019. I am going to get this. I'm going to actually try and pressure the comp pros to get it, just because I want us to make levels to play, like play each other's levels on the channel. I feel like that would be fun as shit, especially for the meetups. Marvel Ultimate Alliance Summer 2019. That's another co-op game that I'm hoping the comp pros get to play. Joker is arriving in Smash before April.
Oh.
That's all we've gotten. Basically, they said that version 3.0 is going to be a thing coming out soon, and that Joker is going to be a part of it or before it.
Yeah. From just talking about that real quick, one of the things I've noticed about it is they didn't give any details on what the update would hold. So, do you have any theories, Mike?
No. Not at all. I mean, different balancing shit, of course, but I don't know.
Because they're kind of talking about like it's a major update.
Yeah,
I don't know. Besides Joker, what would it be?
X.O's are usually big, like at least for like the balencing that happened for the last .0 was big as far as like the meta. But yeah, no clue. I mean, it seems like there's going to be some kind of extra content besides balancing and Joker, so yeah, but I have no fucking clue. Dragon Quest XI S Definitive Edition. Subtitle is coming fall 2019, which is it's the new Dragon Quest game, which came out.
That company, the company that made that also made Jump Force. I want that.
Yeah, that's the same.
That's
we found that out last night.
That's gonna be my next stream game. I got it.
Oh, you poor bastard!
Oh, no.
It's gonna be a ride. I'm going to love it.
I must go. My planet needs.
I'm going to love it.
Just news out of.
It's
like,
so bad.
This bit of news was like it means nothing just because no one played this fucking game. But in the actual ad for it, so they're adding the rest of the Star Fox cast into Starlink Battle for Atlas.
Yes.
But they talked about like these new missions where you're hunting down the rest of Star Wolf. And there's a line in the little ad bit that's just hunt them down like the animals that they are. I'm like, whoa! That's kind of racist. It's like they are animals. That's not cool. caught me so off guard.
That's some anti-demi-human fucking
Yeah, I'm
racism.
just like listening, and then like my head just turns to the monitor. I was like, that was actually said. Okay. Cool. Click ahead.
Yeah.
Yoshi Crafted World, March 29, 2019. People love the Yoshi games. Fire Emblem 3 Houses. Like, I hadn't really looked into anything about this game, but it actually looks really fucking interesting from a Fire Emblem game. Like,
yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about Fire Emblem in general, so...
Like, I've played a bunch of them. I've, like, I mean, if you like strategy games like that, Fire Emblem's a great pickup, but this game even kind of, like, takes some more aspects and, like, just the social aspects they've kind of even pumped up to a new level, which I'm really... Yeah. It looks cool. Tetris has a battle royale.
Oh, yeah, I saw that on my Facebook.
Tetris 99.
I thought that was a meme, and
No,
then I saw
it's
that it was
not.
legit.
It's on Switch today. And I mean, people fucking love Tetris, so it's...
Oh, yeah.
Dead by Daylight's coming to Switch this fall. Deltarune is coming out. Chapter 1 is coming out this February the 28th for free, and then the rest will be priced. Daemon X Machina, which, how I keep describing this game is, you play Xenoblade Chronicles X, you remember the mech combat? That's the game. Which I liked, so I'm actually looking forward to this game. There's a demo coming out today, and it's coming out this summer. Grid Autosports, which is I think the first realistic racing game on a Nintendo console that I can think of. Because they've been kind of like...
Motion controls, we thinking?
No.
Okay.
But it's like every racing game on Nintendo consoles has usually been a kart game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was like, oh, that's interesting. Senua Hellblade is coming to Switch this spring. MK11 is coming to the Switch. AC3.
That's an interesting fact.
Yeah, AC3 Remastered is coming to the Switch May 21st.
That surprised me a little bit.
FF7 is coming March 26th. Final Fantasy IX is coming out today. And then the two big ones. Astral Chain, which is a new game that they announced.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's
like open world sci-fi hack and slash by Platinum Games. It has character designs by the mangaka of Zetman.
Oh, I didn't notice that. You're right.
It is one of the supervisors has worked on The Wonderful 101 and Bayonetta, and it has the director of Nier Automata.
Yeah, this game has an all-star cast.
So, just those, the game looked interesting just because the combat has, you have, a mechanical, tethered soul thing that you use in combos, so it's like you're controlling two characters at once. So, the combat looked interesting. I'm like, oh, it's open world. Okay, the sci-fi aspects looked interesting. And then I saw those names. I was like, fuck!
Yeah, okay. that's a cast.
So, yeah, it's coming out August 30th. So, yeah. And it's Platinum Games. They made Bayonetta. They've made awesome action hack and slash games.
I look forward to seeing that when I come visit you or Becca in the future now.
Yes.
Because I know you'll both get that.
Yeah, so that, immediately caught my appeal. And then...
Here we go.
Mike is trying to conceal his raging hard-on at the moment.
So
he went super fast through the list just to get to this one.
New laptop that I have that has a keyboard and mouse is tilted right now. Just
it's just sliding to one side.
Yeah. They are making Link's Awakening remastered, and the art aesthetic is it's claymation is the best way I could describe it.
Yeah.
It is. Nintendo loves taking aesthetics and just making them look fucking awesome, and they are doing that with Link's Awakening. And yeah, coming to Switch, 2019.
Yeah. I wasn't surprised to see another Zelda remaster start being released. Was surprised it was this game.
Yes, I can agree with that. I can definitely agree with that. I was expecting, maybe, they'd port Wind Waker or the Twilight Princess remaster.
I was expecting Wind Waker or Twilight, but then it was Link's Awakening. I was just
completely new remaster. So, you know what?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. And this game is so weird. Those who have played this game, they just threw a bunch of Nintendo shit in there. There's a little Kirby reference. There's a Chain Chomp in there. There's a Shy Guy. There's just all this different Nintendo crap just because the whole thing is, it's a dream. So it's just...
Yeah, it's the ultimate Nintendo shill game, so people like you will love it, Mike.
It is a Link acid trip. What it is.
That is a great way to put it.
Yeah, so... that was the Nintendo Direct. Pretty good. One of their, I mean, it's the first. Is it the first one this year? I think it's the first one this year.
Yeah, it is. It has been 1 year.
Pretty good start as far as shit that they're coming out with. All right, other shit. Also today, Frozen 2 got a teaser trailer. And Amber said the exact same thing when she watched it before the podcast started. I was like, damn, that water.
Yeah. It looked like actual water.
I saw a picture or like some kind of GIF. I forget who posted it, but it's just like water, the real Disney MVP. And it showed the Frozen trailer and it showed Moana. It's just like, damn, they doing water pretty dang good.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, though, I actually just rewatched Big Hero 6 last night, and the water physics have come a long way since that, even a few years ago now. Because in Big Hero 6, it kind of the water looked more like gelatinous. And I feel like lately it's gotten more actual like fluidity to it. So it was a big jump.
Mm-hmm.
Why not have some Jello water?
Yeah.
No. Yes.
Yeah, be fun.
Add a little flavoring, you know.
Some non-Newtonian water,
yeah.
Sure. Fuck it. The more you hit it, the harder it becomes.
I mentioned this in our chat today. So, like, it shows Elsa trying to get out to sea for some reason or another. Is she training? Is she trying to find her parents?
Is water her weakness now? That was what I came to think on. Yeah. Does actual water make her weaker?
Yeah. So, little things on that. Then it cuts to a bunch of different scenes. Has a very fall aesthetic. And then we get a glimpse of a new character who dives into autumn leaves and like seems to spawn out of them. So my thought was, oh, there are people that have seasonal powers. Like the maidens from Ruby. Yeah. So I'm just calling it. The Frozen world has 4 magically powered people based on the seasons. I need a
I would love that.
That'd be really nice.
It'd be just, yeah.
That would just be
I'm just calling that the maiden. We haven't seen the Winter Maiden in Ruby yet. It's Elsa.
Surprise!
Boy, that
Elsa
all of a
for
sudden
Ruby confirmed.
Yeah, we just see Disney partnering with Rooster Teeth and like, hey guys, this has been in the works for a while since Monty was alive, so here you go. This is where our budget's been.
Dying wish.
I think I would actually hear Drew's scream from Florida.
Yeah.
Because it would be blood curdling. He'd blow out his voice box.
Curdling? Blood curdling.
Blood curdling. Curdling.
There's a new dude named Kurt, and his blood.
Blood curdling. What?
You said curdling.
Curdling. Maybe you just didn't hear me.
No.
No, you just said it wrong.
Yeah.
I don't... Okay, you know what? Well, fuck it. This happened yesterday to Amber. It happens to me today. Whatever.
So, yeah. That's a thing that's happening. Someone... I forget who posted it. I think it was Family Jewel 7X, where it was like... I guess some dude posted... like a conspiracy theory thing of like, oh, Disney wants to like hide the fact that they're freezing bodies because they still have Walt Disney Frozen, yada yada. So the next day it's like Disney, Frozen 2. But yeah. I think it was yesterday I saw Daredevil and Luke Cage and the Netflix series is potentially could be saved.
Whoa. There's
potentially.
There's a chance that Hulu might be able to get the rights to them. That since Hulu is owned by Disney as of like tomorrow, I think
60% of it will be owned by Disney.
Yeah. So they'll be able to utilize Disney's catalog. Possibly. It's not a guarantee.
Yes.
But what everyone is failing to think about is that argument really can't be made. The series as we know them are owned by Netflix. So even if they get the writers, even if they get the actors, they can't utilize any ounce of the plot that was owned by Netflix. So no matter what, the series we love and know so far will be gone. And they'd have to reboot from the start regardless. Because Netflix would not give them that. There is no chance in hell.
I'd almost be okay with that.
See, I'd be okay with that for everything but Punisher and Daredevil. Sure, the last season of Daredevil wasn't that great, pacing wise. And the last season of Punisher, it's unfortunate because the thing is, it focused heavily on giving Frank an identity as Frank Castle because the Punisher isn't his super powered persona. The Punisher is his job. And that's what season 2 was all about, is making sure that people don't confuse that Frank Castle is, quote unquote, the mentality of the Punisher, that Frank Castle just does the Punisher as a job. And next season would have shown the actual Punisher / Frank Castle better. We're never going to get that now. So that's going to be an issue, because I love the Punisher season 1. Season 2 did really well to build his character. Season 1 was great for Daredevil. Season 2 did great to build his character. We're never going to get the payoffs now.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. But if those actors could still stay in those roles, even on New Adventures.
Again, it would be fine, but everyone's talking about this like it's a saving of the series they know. That's not going to happen. People have to understand that.
Yeah. Man,
again,
even then,
I love the casting.
Yeah, even then, it's still a potentiality. But yeah, a lot of people were kind of making those things is just because Hulu is going to be making some new Marvel series, which they just announced.
Ooh, bloody people are losing it.
Howard the Duck, MODOK. There's a few others. I just jotted down the ones that I remembered. But basically, all of these really obscure properties that they have will all come together in a team-up show called The Offenders.
Oh my god.
But yeah, MODOK is a big one. People, at least comic book people, love them some MODOK. So yeah, that's going to be interesting. Now, I don't have a picture, and I should have got one.
Oh no.
So they revealed what the genie is gonna look like.
Oh god, I saw that. Oh my god.
It's so bad.
Oh, it's so bad.
Which, my big thing is, which I've actually been more of a fan of just all the shit that's come out of it, like the Shrek reskinning.
Oh no.
Them putting Will Smith's face on the new Sonic the Hedgehog model.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay. I was just about to share that.
A bunch of stuff. And to me, I personally don't think it looks air quotes bad. It don't look good. It's just whatever.
Yeah.
But the problem is that you're trying, and it was never going, unless they heavily stylized it. It was never going to match. It's never going to match up to Williams. It's never going to match up to Williams.
No.
And it's what people, despite them saying, "Oh, I'm not going to be thinking of that," you're going to. You can't.
Oh yeah, because that's your genie. Unless you're a kid who never really saw the first one, which that exists. Apparently, Twitter has told me so.
Jesus.
So unless you're one of those kids, you're never going to be okay with it, because Robin Williams will always be your genie, because he was nearly flawless in that role.
Mm-hmm.
I even find it hard to say you're a genie, even though you just said that people still don't know about that. Just because, there was fucking Frank Castanella in the second movie and other shit. But even still, you hear Robin Williams once in that performance, and that's it.
Yeah. That's it. That's your genie.
Mm-hmm.
So it's never going to match up to that.
No.
And the big thing is with this movie, too, I have a feeling Will Smith is not going to try to do that. He's going to try and do his own thing.
Oh, he's going to do his own thing.
You're still going to compare it.
Oh, yeah.
It's unfortunate for him. It's really unfortunate.
Yeah.
Especially since Will Smith's acting is pretty linear, so it's just going to come across like usual as Will Smith being the genie. So that's going to piss people off.
I guess from what I've read, I forget where I've seen it, but just he's going to be basically doing the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but the genie.
Oh, okay.
Yep, that doesn't surprise me at all.
Which I will say, of all of the different things that I could of all the stuff that Will Smith has done, that's what I'd want him to base it off of.
Oh yeah, hands down.
But yeah, it's not going to. It's not going to match up, and we just have to accept that. A lot of people, I guess, are getting really pissy about the casting too.
Oh,
not Will Smith, but everyone else too, for whatever reason. like a lot of people are saying like Jafar should have been Ben Kingsley, but like a big thing that they're doing is like they want to have an actual Arabian cast. So I don't know. It's the internet being the internet. Which like the only thing that I like when they first showed off like some of the magazine covers with some of the characters was they showed off Jafar, and I'm like, oh, they didn't give him a hat. But in the trailer he had a hat. I'm like, okay, we're good. It's like that hat is such a big part of his look.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, like to me, like Aladdin looks fine, Jasmine looks fine,
Yeah.
looks fine. Like I haven't seen the Sultan yet, but I don't really care that much about the Sultan. Yeah, it's gonna be like every other Disney live action adaptation.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be okay or mediocre, and it's not gonna live up.
No. It's so. It's nearly impossible to take an animated adaptation and make it flawless 1-to-1 with the original, but you can hope they're going to do their best. It doesn't look like this is going to be that.
Like, what would you say is the best one that they've made? Like, there's two that come to mind. One that I could say, for me, is the best one.
I don't really watch too many of the live-action adaptations, to be honest. So.
Okay. Like, for me, the one that I've seen that I think is the best one is the Beauty and the Beast remake.
I was about to say Beauty and the Beast for me.
I have also heard that the Jungle Book was very good.
Yeah,
Jungle Book's music. I've heard the Jungle Book's music was garbage, though.
Music versus overall movie, though.
That's true, but especially for a movie so heavily focused on its music, Jungle Book's music being bad is kind of a killer. I haven't seen it. I don't know. I'm saying that's what I've heard.
As a, like, even when it was the animation, I didn't really take it for its music, really.
Yeah, like Bare Necessities and whatnot seems like it's such a...
Well, yeah, like a song like that. But that was like the only one that I can remember from the Jungle Book.
There's like that, and then the song that the orangutan sings, which I don't know the name of, which goes to
I don't even know that one.
Yeah,
really
I don't
like
know
the
it
Jungle
either.
Book.
I don't know it either, but people who love that movie probably hate that song the most in the live action, so...
Yeah, I just remember Bare Necessities. That's really all I remember.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, same. Which is why I never bothered to see the live action.
So, now here's a question. Do you count, like, an original story, but it brings one of their properties to live action as a live action remake / adaptation?
It's an adaptation, a remake, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because then I would say that my favorite was the Christopher Robin movie.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fair. Yeah, I'll accept that.
Yeah, just... like, save for the very jarring, like, Christopher Robin goes to war. At the beginning, I was like, whoa, okay.
What?
What happened here? Like, just, yeah, the whole movie was about, like, rediscovering that kid inside, and it spoke to me. And Eeyore was fantastic.
Have you seen the advertising poster for the Token movie?
Mm-mm.
No.
Ooh, it's nice.
What?
It shows him on the front lines of World War II, and it's really nice. I'll look it up and show it to you.
What movie is this?
The bioepic for J.R.R. Tolkien.
I did not know that was a thing.
Oh yeah, hold on, I'll find it. Keep talking.
Let's see. The only other thing that I have, which Ralph, I've downloaded it, but you've probably played it, is Apex Legends has taken the internet by storm.
Oh yeah.
Everyone's
playing that right now.
Is playing it.
Oh yeah. It's a fun game. I've been watching the crap out of the streams and really enjoying it.
Yeah, my roommates have been playing, which I'm like this weekend I'll probably be hopping on and playing with them just to get a feel for the game. I played like the intro just because I built my new computer and I tested The Witcher and I tested Apex on it, and yeah, I like my new computer.
Yeah,
but I had a very hard time though, just because I'm like I've been hearing about the game, like, oh, like it's the best battle royale game, it's the best battle royale game, and then I saw who made it or who published it, and I had a real like hard time actually downloading Origins because I didn't want to.
Oh, it's bad. I hate that service.
No, I don't want to support EA in any way, shape, or form.
I mean, that's fair.
Like, the game is free, so that was good, and I'm not going to buy anything at all.
Yeah.
But
no, it's a solid free-to-play game.
So, like, I'll be doing that. But, like, for example, like, I actually had a conversation with my roommate, because he was asking, like, what's the next game you're going to stream? I'm like, I don't know. I've been thinking of this, thinking of that. It was before I downloaded Jump Force. And he's like, oh, you going to get Anthem? And I'm like, no. Just flat out no. I'm like, I want to play that game. It looks fun. Like, I want to be Iron Man.
Yeah.
Like, the flight mechanics and stuff look really fucking cool. I don't want to support EA. At all. And it's depressing, but... Because, like, I want to support BioWare, but not while they are under EA. I saw a news article.
Yeah.
I saw a news article today where it's like someone from BioWare is like, "Oh, we're not done with Mass Effect." I'm like, "Let's see how Anthem does."
Let it die. Please let it die.
Before you make this thing. No, I'm fine with them continuing Mass Effect with like a non-fucked development process, because that's what happened with Andromeda. But
yeah.
Again, like, when you have such an overbearing publisher like EA, it's... Which, actually, you know what? Speaking of publishers, okay. Another big bit of news. Activision, after their CEO gave himself, like, a $15 million bonus or, like, a pay increase.
Oh, no. The company hired a new...
that was his hiring bonus. That's right.
And that was his hiring bonus.
And then, almost within, like, the same breath, laid off... I need to get the number. I'm looking it up real quick. Laid off a bunch of fucking employees. And...
it affected 800. There were 600 layoffs.
Okay.
So 200 had massive pay cut. 600 had layoffs.
So, all these different people... Like, a lot of these people, too, that, like, worked for Blizzard, like, you know, like, people, like, it's their dream job to work on Overwatch or work on WoW or work on these properties that they fell in love with. And just, they got tossed to the wayside, basically.
Apparently, one of the main people who put all of their shit together for their big events, like E3 and, like, their big news events, even he got laid off.
Yeah.
Like, the guy who was making things happen behind the scenes, they laid him off, too.
So, and it's... And I've seen this article a bunch, and I had thought of it, too, where... And this is...
here we go.
The Nintendo fanboy, but... Iwata, which, just in general, the dude was a fucking amazing dude. When the Wii U was doing abysmal... Instead of laying off employees, he cut his salary in half.
Mm-hmm.
And then, when they still, like, had to cut some costs, the rest of the board cut their salaries as well.
That's how you do it!
Exactly, that's how you're supposed to do it.
That is brain-dead business maneuver. If you want to save your company and bring it even stronger in its recuperating stage, you have to take a pay cut. The issue is modern American business, because we lack regulation, nobody has any incentive to not do that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, why would you get rid of your brains and your manpower when you yourself...
Because American business model is they view it as expendable. I can always hire you back at a discounted rate once I lay you off because you will still be unemployed when I want you back. That's the mentality these companies have.
Well, yeah, it's just kind of like all my business professors have said. You can go ahead and quit one job, and within at least 2 hours, your job will be up.
Yep.
For someone to grab.
Yeah, because it's all about saving every nickel and dime they can. So rather than keeping somebody who has practiced in your company's morals, business practice, and work ethic, rather than keeping them and just, making sure that they're taken care of, and so you can make a better product, you get somebody, you bring them in new, and you increase the chance that you're not going to be able to put out the same level of product It is a dumb business maneuver, and that is why we see American companies in the dumpster. That's why we're non-competitive. It's not because of tariffs. It's not because of trade agreements. It's because we lack the spine to tell companies to fucking get smarter.
And I mean, like, going back to the whole Nintendo
it's nonsense.
thing, like, granted, you know, Iwata has passed and it's, like, under new management. I think 2 CEOs at this point. But they fucking rebounded.
Yep.
I think it's pretty evident with how good the Switch has been doing. And all just the success that they had over the last few years. Like, it works.
Obviously, it works. That's
Yeah.
how companies have been doing it since the birth of business. It's just in the later years, people are these companies don't have an incentive to do it because there's no government inquiry that's going to come down and say, well, this is a little unethical. They're never going to get questioned on their practice.
Yeah.
So they just figure, fuck it, greed works. I'll get greedy.
And just like again, like how you said it too, it's like they're viewed as an expense and not a person.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
they're expendable.
It's ugh. Yeah.
American businesses do not see their employees as actual people. They're numbers. Because we lack incredible amounts of regulation.
So yeah, like I will say though, the response by all these other different companies, like someone made this like Google Doc of every single developer out there that is currently hiring, this massive Google Doc, and has been sharing it around. Yeah, like Naughty Dog,
Square even did it. Square's American branch even put it up there too.
Yeah, there's been a bunch of companies that have been hiring. Like some people are like,
are you
come work on The Last of Us 2. Like,
yep. Yep.
So yeah, like I'm happy at least like there are other people in the industry and the business that are like trying to help. But this is the second time in a year that this has happened.
Yep.
Who else was it? Oh my god.
It was another major company. We're just so used to it now. It's just whatever
I know,
at this point.
It's terrible.
Give me a second. I'll Google it.
Yeah, I'm doing it as well. Game layoff. Activision Blizzard. That is what just happened. Oh, it was Telltale. Telltale.
Yeah, Telltale. But it's not even just them. Where is this? There's Telltale, Gigantic. Also had layoffs in the upper hundreds. Torchlight developer Runic Games laid off like almost the entire company. Gazillion Entertainment was forced to close down because Marvel ended its partnership with the studio. I'm looking at a list. All these companies went under. Everything in huge ways. This is just not a good year for a lot of business companies. Gaming gang.
Yeah, in September, there's an article that said more than 1,000 jobs lost to studio closures over the past year, and that was September.
Yep.
So now add another 800 or 600, you're getting close to 2,000 jobs in like a year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane.
And that's NA jobs, so that's America and Canada both.
Yeah. Yeah, this is why like when I was going through college and then finally was like really reading into the video game industry, I was like, you know what?
I'm gonna go into corporate programming.
Just go general software development. I think my prospects will be better.
Yeah. At this point, you're better off as if you want to do games, making an indie game on your own for dirt cheap and taking the chance of making it big or even just selling yourself in a solid way.
Exactly.
Working for a AAA company is a dead end at this point.
Yeah, like the guy who made Stardew Valley.
Yep.
Obviously, super successful game. It was just him. It was 5 years of his life, and he like basically had no life for those 5 years. But
he's cashing it in now.
Yeah. I think he's working on a little bit more Stardew Valley stuff, and then he's going to be working on his next game. And at a more leisurely pace.
Yeah, because he can afford to actually pay people to help him now.
Yeah. I think he's still going to keep it super small, but also leisurely pace that he has some savings.
Oh, yeah.
To where it's like not a super big deal if he's like not working 100+ hours a week in his day job and doing the game.
Yeah.
Insane. But yeah, like a lot of these like small indie hits that like have these really small teams or one dude that just make these games. Undertale / Deltarune.
Yep.
Like one dude is making these games. And a lot of these games too are touching on games that people haven't really like or like what's the word I'm looking for? Not referencing.
Basing off of?
Like yes, but like there's a word for it. Inspired by.
There we go.
Like take inspiration from these games that just you haven't seen in a while. People still fucking want Mother 3, but Undertale scratched that itch real good.
Yeah.
People wanted a good Harvest Moon game. Stardew Valley, I can say, scratch that fucking itch. Just because, like, the last one that I not Undertale, Harvest Moon game that I played was for GameCube. It was like a 3D one.
Yeah.
I forget the name of it. And it just I like.
Wasn't it Harvest Moon like something Eclipse or something like that?
No. I can look it up right now. But like it was all right. But like the last one that I really liked was this one that came out for Game Boy Advanced. And then Stardew Valley came out, and yeah, A Wonderful Life.
Oh, okay.
Was the GameCube one. So people are just kind of making these games that just are touching on these certain like pillars of gaming that are, like take inspiration from them. There's a game that actually got announced for the Switch that I didn't touch on just because it was derivative, called Bloodstained, and it is straight up Castlevania.
Oh, that one.
Basically just Castlevania, except you are an alchemist and you are fighting demons. I am air quoting right now. It's like you're in a castle, very gothic themed. You have special abilities, and instead of being a half vampire, you're a cursed alchemist, and you're fighting a demon lord instead of Dracula. Like, it is just Castlevania to a T, except 2.5D, which is fine.
Oh, yeah.
But like, and this game might be a big hit. Who knows? I'm guessing it will be, just because Metroidvania people, they gobble those games up. But yeah, if I were to get into game development, it'd be indie.
Yeah, do your own thing. Without a doubt.
For sure. I would need to like really relearn a lot of things, just because. Have I ever told the story where I tried to remake level 1 of Mario?
You did, yeah. I remember you talking about that a while back now.
Yeah. So it was when like I got my first job, and basically I was working for a consultant firm, and we were on the bench, which was like basically we were just learning stuff and like doing just random things to increase our skills, learn whatever, before we were put on a project. And I just decided I had found like a like how to make a simple video game like tutorial online, and I did that. And basically like what the game did was you would take a text like image with like just basically like a symbol ASCII drawing basically, and that was your level. And then for each symbol you would like designate a certain texture. And I'm like, okay, I put up a map of level 1 of Mario. I recreated it in this ASCII format, and then just started trying to like recreate it. Added the sound effects, added the music, got all the sprite animations and stuff. It's when I got to collision detection. Which physics and collision detection, that just requires a math brain that I have since lost. Because, like, I had
always help from me, you know.
I had a super rudimentary collision detection.
Wow, fuck it.
Which, like, it worked, but, like, one of the, like, limitations was, say, you're playing Mario and you are just running into a warp pipe. So it's just, like, you're holding right and you're continuously running into it. You hit jump. The expectation is as soon as you clear the warp pipe, you go over it. Didn't happen. Once you got over the warp pipe, you had to click right again, and then it registered, oh, there's nothing blocking my way, and then
Gotcha.
you started going over. So I was like, oh, I want to try and improve this collision detection. And when I started reading up on it, I was like, nah.
So you were the Jump Force
Too
creators.
much.
You're the Jump Force creators. Gotcha.
You get into calculus at that point. And
yeah, I grasped the concept.
I hadn't looked at calculus in a very long time and didn't want to.
Fucking
so
coward.
that was just like, let's put over there. Besides the collision detection, I had recreated it. Collision detection, then actually adding like enemies, but then like that gets into AI programming and stuff, which that's its whole other monster.
Yeah.
It would be a lot to learn, but it would be a fun project.
Yeah, definitely a passion project.
Yes, for sure. I feel like you have to
yeah.
invest that amount of time on your own. Like just reading. There's a great article. I think I've mentioned it before. I want to say it was by GQ. Let's see, GQ Stardew Valley. Yeah, there's a GQ article, a profile on Eric Barron, or Barony. It's Baron with an E.
Sure it's not Darren Aaron. Jesus Christ, that name.
Basically just of this whole process of going about and making it. And it is a fascinating read. So,
I'm sure.
That would want to read it, GQ Magazine. Sponsor us, please.
Give us money.
What's that?
Yeah.
Fuck do I know?
So that's really like all I have. I just played Kingdom Hearts all fucking weekend.
I spent my time in New York City doing very Jewish things for a joint birthday with me and Brett. I say that because I spent my time on the entirety of most of my day of Saturday at this Jewish Romanian restaurant in the city named Sammy's. Really exceptionally good food, but even the live performance, the music act, was just singing in Yiddish, making Jew jokes. I'm just sitting there like, I don't know half the shit he's talking about. Luckily, my buddy's sister, her boyfriend was there. He's also a New Yorker from New York City. So we're both at opposite ends of the table.
New York City, I wouldn't have
Italian from New York City. So we're both looking at each other from opposite ends of the table when certain shit was happening. Just like, do we say anything here? Like, do we do anything? Like, what's the code of conduct for this?
You don't.
It's just it was a fucking time. And I've never seen at a restaurant bottles of alcohol get priced at over $200. Neither have I seen or thought I'd see more than one bought at a time. But that was a thing that happened, and it was interesting.
Yeah,
it was a hell of a birthday celebration. Because
Jesus Christ,
for dinner, despite about $1,000 being spent for dinner, we went. So you all know the Ferrero Rocher chocolates, right?
Totally.
They're one of the nicer brands. You don't know about them? Okay.
No.
Okay, they're one of the nicer chocolates. You see them like wrapped in like the
colorful. Probably 3 fancy chocolate places in Ohio that you've never heard of. So
I don't know any in Michigan.
They get sold in Florida and everything too. So I'm like, they're just a generic like quality brand. But whatever. Anyway, we go to their sweet shop in the city, and I've had some of the best rum cake I've ever had in my life, and it's not fair. I want it more.
Yeah, I had one of the best steaks I could probably say the best steak of my life at this place in Cleveland. Some of the best wine in my life, the best steak of my life. And then I went with my dad, my brother-in-law, and his dad. And yeah, just all good. And then for dessert, which my brother-in-law is a cop, so they had these like fancy powdered donuts that had these like individual, you could either put jelly, caramel, or like chocolate fudge on these donuts. And it was like a simple powdered donut had no reason being that good. It's just fancy ass steakhouse. It's like,
Yep.
Really? Come on. This is too good.
The skirt steak I had at the restaurant was the meat literally melted in my mouth.
Like,
I just
people like, it's expensive. Like the stuff that we're talking about. Let's be real here. You're gonna be paying a fuck ton.
The steak was priced at $175 per strip.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Like, good steakhouses, just because I've had bad steakhouses before. And I ain't talking like Outback.
This is an Outback.
I'm even talking like bad fancy steakhouses, where I've paid a bunch for a steak and it wasn't that great.
Like JR's, yeah. Okay.
There's a place in Columbus that disappointed me. The side was way better than the steak. It was just like lobster bisque mashed potatoes, which was amazing. But this place that I went to in Cleveland, best steak I've had. And it's just these people know what the fuck they're doing. That's why they price it so much. They age the meat. They do all this different stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. I want to, now that have like actual income and savings.
Go ahead and say it, Mike. Now that I've got money.
Savings and
now that I've got money, say it like it is. You fucking money bag having piece of shit.
Give it time, Ralph.
I mean, crying in distance over here.
I am looking for, like, I want to try, like, I will never have this more than once probably in my life, but I will pay this money and just have my mouth blown away.
I mean, like you said, give it time.
Yes. I just looked up at the chat. Netflix series of Bloodstained. Yeah, Hollow Knight is actually a really good example of amazing indie games.
Yeah.
Amber, did you do anything fun over the weekend?
She died.
Oh, buddy, did I die. So, Grand Rapids goes ahead and...
Podcast of Stuff. The only podcast where we will talk to zombies. Continue.
I mean, I am a regular member, Mike. True. I am an actual zombie.
True.
So basically, Grand Rapids goes ahead and has this film contest festival things where you have to make a whole entire film in 36 hours. There's a high school division, university division, and pro division. So obviously, we were in the university.
And you're like, fucking IC, I got this.
I know. Basically what it was towards the end. But anyway, I was the production designer along with like helping with slight grip things, and there's a whole bunch of different roles that people are and all this other stuff. So I mostly was props and getting the set and the actors, what they were going to be wearing for that specific scene. So for the first scene, they were acting like they were moving out as seniors and stuff. And basically, I had to carry a shit ton of boxes to this apartment, thinking it's only an 8-minute walk, right? It's only across the street. It'd take me longer for me to walk to my car and get all the ice off and stuff. So I'm on my way over there, only to be fooled that underneath the snow was sheets of ice. So not only did I fall once or twice, I fell 3 fucking times on my way to this apartment. And by the 3rd time, I was so done. I was just so sad trying to get over there. I also spilled my coffee twice on the way there. So it was going great for me that morning.
Insult to injury, you know.
Oh yeah, that's essentially
spills, and you're just like, ah!
I literally only had like maybe a 5th left in the cup by the time I was able to drink it. But yeah, so there was like 4 different locations we had to go to. So we went to one of the apartment places across where I live. We went to one of the freshman places. We went to one of the other places on campus. It's like a eating kind of areas, has like a stage and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then we went to one of the other people's apartments. But basically, what the whole thing was about, it was freshmen, and they're going ahead. Well, not freshmen, but it's called Freshman Land. Basically, seniors reliving their freshman days by playing a D&D campaign. So basically, they go ahead and they give them their character sheets in the beginning, and all of a sudden they get teleported back into freshmen. They have to go through all these things like having to do random icebreakers and having to beat this guy in beer pong, stuff like that.
Ooh, buddy.
So it started at 8 a.m. So the day prior was storyboarding. I didn't leave there until like 11:30 p.m. Had to be there by 8 a.m. So I'd be up by 7 a.m. So you already know I only got like 2.5 hours of sleep.
Right before a 36-hour challenge.
So I got at the first location at 8 a.m. Saturday. Didn't leave the studio after editing until 8:10 a.m. Sunday. And I didn't get a single nap in because I was on all the sets and I was in the studio helping with editing. And
Other people got to nap, though.
Oh, well, my director did.
Straight blacked out.
So we're towards the end of the editing portion, and my director realizes, oh, we should probably go and see what the link for the submission part is. Well, turns out that the submission bar was gray, meaning you could not click on it. So he went onto the Facebook page where all the people, the heads of each project were added into. And another group had already asked how to submit, like if the guy could go ahead and point them in the right direction. And then my director was like, oh yeah, we were also wondering the same thing. If you could give us like some guidance, that'd be great. He's like, I am like, okay, if you hear any emphasis in my speech, then that means he just capitalized that word. He was like, I emailed both of you. For any kind of guidance you want, you should look at my email. And my like director was just like blinking. And then I guess like towards the end of the comment, he was like, you guys are asking me this 5 hours before submission. And the other guy that was ending with Griffin, he was like, well, yeah, we're fucking asking you 5 hours before the submission. It's a 36-hour film challenge.
No, you guys should have been getting ready to submit in the fucking beginning of the whole damn project.
Obviously, we should let the submission button right off the bat.
Yep, first thing you do.
Anyway, my director looks at it, he's like, you know what? I'm just gonna suck his dick. I'm just gonna go ahead and just act stupid. Like, this is word for word. He said he was gonna suck his dick, and he was like, I'm just gonna act dumb. It's like, oh, sorry, this is all my fault. I didn't get your email, but if you could send me another one, that'd be fantastic. I'm so sorry.
Commencing fellatio.
Oh, yeah. He was fondling the balls.
So, and then later on, like 2 hours before submission, I just hear, motherfucker! Apparently he had gotten a text from that guy saying, oh, sorry, there actually is a submission error. Because you guys had previously sent in a video to enter the contest, it won't let you submit a second one. So my director threw his cell phone at the couch that was in the studio. He's like, I sucked his dick for nothing! For nothing! So that was the end of that night. And yeah, editing was okay.
Better than last time.
At the end that there were some audio level issues, but you know, we were happy that maybe Michael will have a heart attack during it.
I would just like to remind everybody that this individual that's been talking, Amber, doesn't think she's been doing enough club activities in school.
Mm-hmm. No, she thinks she can still do more.
She can still do more. 36
I mean,
hours of not sleeping, not napping, nothing.
That's just the one club. I also am the financial officer for the Japanese Cultural Association, and I'm also part of the Campus Activities Board.
Not enough.
I think Drew...
Speaking of GBTV, I should probably get to that right now.
We're wrapping up here anyway, yeah.
I know.
Alright, unless anybody has anything else that they want to talk about, I think we will be indeed wrapping up.
I think we're good.
Okay. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Amber, for coming on.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime.
Thank you for providing commentary. We appreciate it.
Comp Bros, if for some reason you are listening, you're probably not.
No. As we know, DA listens. Otherwise, he wouldn't have come at us last week with his.
He listens He listens after the fact, not live. I'm saying.
Oh no, he's not. No, they're not live.
Yeah. Hope your power comes back soon.
R.I.P.
For when you guys are watching this with power, or if you're watching on your phone, I don't know how, but you are. Hi. Just don't
BG, the man uses 30+ gigs of data in a month.
Jesus.
The man, he finds systems and he abuses them.
Oh yeah.
He is a system abuser. Unlimited data? Fuck yeah, I'm gonna abuse that. Unlimited movies? Fuck yeah, I'm gonna watch them all.
Jesus.
Oh.
He's the gotta catch 'em all type.
Oh yes. All right. With that, thank you
Does
everybody.
that make BG Ash Ketchum?
Maybe. No, because Ash Ketchum sucks. He does not catch them all ever.
Well, you realize we do have that old hashtag BG sucks. So.
God.
I don't know. I feel like Ash Ketchum doesn't abuse the systems though.
No, you're right.
He actively makes it a point to be like, I'm gonna start all over. It's like, you have like a level fucking 100 Charizard. Why? Alright, thank you everybody for tuning into this episode of the podcast and stuff. We will see you next week, maybe with the Comp Bros.
Maybe, hopefully. Later.